Imperfecto here with another knife review. Today I'll be reviewing my Benchmade Contego. This is perhaps one of my favorite knives. I have many favorite knives, but I really like this one. It's a large pocket knife, but this is a Knifeworks exclusive. And this one is the model 810 Contego, and it's in M390 steel with layered G10 handles and a deep carry pocket clip. Of course, the axis lock from Benchmade. This knife is just smooth as butter and just awesome. I went recently on a hiking / camping trip, and I took this with me. If you notice, the blade is probably still dirty, but it's full of sap and things like that and dirt. But it held up well. I used it to chop limbs off, or small should I say shoots that were coming off of a branch I was going to use as a walking stick. I used it to peel the bark off of it, everything. I mean, this knife came in so handy, and it's very, very sharp still. I mean, I could go outside right now and use this to continue cutting whatever I needed to. It's just such a great knife and good steel. It does have some texturing right here and right here, this area, and in the back, and it really fits good in your hand. It lets you to get a good purchase on the knife, so that it's not like rolling out of your hand or slipping when your hands are wet. It is an open pillar design, except for this little spacer back here. Goes deep into your pocket. This is just an awesome knife, and I'm kind of a big knife guy. I like bigger knives, and this one is just, or should I say, it fits that role for me really well. It's just so big and nice, and you feel like you have a big chunk of steel that you can use for any kind of task. And so for me, that's one of the plus about this knife. And Benchmade in general, I just love Benchmade knives. I can't afford them all too much. I'll buy probably lesser expensive knives, or less expensive knives, I should say, like Spyderco, CRKT, Kershaw, things like that. But when I do get one, I feel Benchmade knives are just so silky, buttery smooth, the way they open, and that's just out of factory. I've never had problems with these knives falling apart, or being too tight or too loose, or even getting loose when after lots of use. They're just really, really great knives. Some of the things that I have had issues with is the centering on some of the Benchmade knives, but I mean, they have such a great warranty. They'll take care of it for you right away. They'll sharpen the blade for you. They'll change out your blade for a small fee. I mean, well, not small. I mean, they'll charge you for the blade, but it's definitely a lot less than buying a new knife. And they'll service it for you, clean it up and everything. And I think Benchmade perhaps is, for me, one of my favorite knife companies. And their knives just feel so good in your hand. Other than that, this knife here, if you need a heavy-duty, task-oriented knife, this is a good knife for you. The only thing is, it is a little pricey, and it will probably get dinged up and banged up, and most people don't like that when they pay a premium for a knife. me, it's a knife, and I'm going to use it like a knife. And if it doesn't hold up, I'm going to send it back and make sure they keep fixing it until it does. But this is, for me, a knife that I would recommend to anyone, especially if you're going to be out backpacking and camping, those types of things. This knife will hold up for whatever you need. Imperfecto.